Ms. Andrews, you've testified about your on-again, off-again relationship with the co-defendant, in this case, Isaiah Chance. Is that correct?
Yes.
In fact, you told this jury about some instances where you had been hit by him. Is that correct?
Yes.
You've dated Isaiah Chance for over 4 years. Isn't that true?
Not over 4 years.
How long?
It's about just 4 years.
Just about 4 years, okay. And it's been on again, off again, is that correct?
Yes.
And during that time period, you have dated other young boys, is that correct?
Maybe.
Does Kamari Outing sound familiar?
Yes.
He's a boy that you had dated, and you still were talking to him, in fact, up until the time of the crime, June of 2024. Is that correct?
We never dated, but yeah, I was talking to him.
Okay. And in fact, at some point, Isaiah Chance got upset and made phone calls to him, right?
Yes.
And you had conversations on your phone with Mr. Kamari Outing where you two discussed that. Isn't that true?
I believe so.
And they were still on your phone. They were backed up. They were saved on your phone, and they were on your phone on June 23rd of 2024. You never deleted these messages that you had with Kamari Outing. Isn't that correct?
I mean, I have to see the message. I don't know. What is that message?
Okay. Your Honor, I'll approach the witness. Would looking at those messages help refresh your recollection?
Yes.
Ms. Andrews, if you'll take a look at this.
Same one.
Ms. Andrews, you recognize these messages from your phone?
Yes.
And Kamari Outing, he was a member of 1200, isn't that correct?
No.
No? I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 75C12. That's a photo of you with Kamari Outing that was still on your phone. Isn't that true, ma'am?
That's not Kamari.
That's not Kamari?
That's my cousin.
Okay. What's your cousin's name?
Marcus.
Marcus? Okay. And in this messaging with Kamari, he's upset because Isaiah Chance has called him and basically told him that you're with him and that you're pregnant, and you're still trying to get Kamari Outing to talk to you, right?
Hearsay and relevance. Have a roll.
Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yeah, that's my best friend.
Okay. And he doesn't want to because of Isaiah Chance, correct? In fact, you're the one that keeps on insisting that he not block you and that you and him continue to talk. Is that correct?
Yeah, but the message behind that, that's my best friend. And Isaiah called him and was just going on and on about, he didn't want him to, he was giving him a reason to not text me back, to not talk to me. That's what that was about.
And so despite the fact that Isaiah Chance doesn't want you to have anything to do with him, you're fine with disobeying what Isaiah Chance wants because this is your best friend, right?
Yeah, and at the time I sent that, I was at home in my bed. I was not with Isaiah.
But all of these messages are still saved and on your iPhone, right?
I mean, I guess so.
They were, not you guessed. They're on your iPhone, right?
They're in my iCloud.
Yes. And so your iCloud backs up your iPhone, ma'am. Isn't that true?
I'm not sure how that works, but I think so.
Okay. You don't recognize these messages? Something that you typed and you received on your little pink iPhone?
I believe so.
Okay. And your phone is also password protected, right?
Yes.
Because certainly when Isaiah Chance is using your phone that night on June 23rd of 2024, at some point when you're walking in that parking lot, your phone locks up, right?
Yes.
And you have to enter in your password.
Yes.
And so that's what happens with an iPhone. After your iPhone is not being activated over a lengthy period of time, a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, it does what?
It locks.
And so what do you have to do every time that happens?
Unlock it.
And obviously Isaiah Chance didn't know your password because you're standing there right next to him, and what does he have to do?
He asked for the password that first time, but he's looking at me.
And I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 34. You know who this is, right? Charles Jones.
Yes.
You have known who he was since 2021 when you were at Rains High School, right?
I knew of him, yes.
You were well aware of him, right? This is something that you discussed a lot with your friend Jewel Jordan.
I only discussed him maybe 2 times.
At the time when you were doing that, did you date somebody by the nickname K Shorty?
We weren't dating.
You didn't date him either, right?
No.
You weren't upset talking about Jewel Jordan and Julio Foolio, Charles Jones recruiting all these young men that were getting shot up in this gang war?
I wouldn't say upset. I was just gossiping.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. But this is State 75C13. This is a photograph with you and K Shorty.
Yes, that's Therese.
Okay. And do you see what he's doing there?
Yeah.
He's throwing up like 12?
I don't know what the sign means. I
I have
mean,
no idea what that means. But you're posting this on TikTok, right? You love TikTok. You've talked about,
Yeah.
right? You posted on TikTok. You're both posing together.
yes, ma'am.
And despite the fact that you intimately know a lot of people who are associated with these gangs, you have no idea what it means when he's throwing up that sign.
No, I don't.
No idea whatsoever.
Objection, asked and answered.
Overrule, go ahead.
You followed Charles Jones on Instagram, isn't that correct?
Maybe back then.
Did you ever unfollow him?
Probably.
You were still following him when this crime occurred, right, on Instagram?
I don't remember following him.
You don't remember? You never looked and you never saw any of these advertisements that Julio Foolio was going to be in Tampa on June 22nd?
No, I never seen those.
You did not like Julio Foolio back in 2021. Isn't that true, ma'am?
I mean, I wouldn't say a personal issue. When you say like him, didn't like him.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 75C2, conversation that you had with Jewel Jordan. So I want you to read what you texted to her back on January 19th of 2021.
I said, but if you think about it, everybody dissing everybody. People from out east diss they side, so of course they're gonna say something, but it don't even be proper like that. What? Like that for real? Foolio be the one talking shit. Then all his little niggas come, then other extra people.
Okay. So you are talking about out east, correct? That is a territory of 1,200.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're talking about how the people in 1,200 dish they side, correct? And then you're also talking about Papa, that's little Papa, right?
Yes.
And who's little Papa?
He's a rapper.
And you know that he also has a gang affiliation, is that correct?
I mean, he doesn't claim it, so I don't know.
Okay. You know your boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, is in a gang, isn't that true?
I don't know that.
That's something you've told your best friend since you were little, Jewel Jordan, that you knew that he was in a gang and that he was in it.
I never told her that.
You never
I
said
I've
that?
heard allegations of it, but when I asked him, he denies it, so of course I took his word.
In this particular conversation, you then say, again, talking about Foolio, let's go down here. I want you to tell the jury what then you texted in response to Jewel Jordan saying that they keep killing each other. And we're talking about the gang war in Jacksonville, right? 1,200 against 6 Block. ATK against 6 Block, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's see. What did you text her?
I said right, so it's gonna go
And
on.
I'm sorry, Miss Andrews, if you don't mind, you speak very quickly, so if you could just speak slowly, because I'm seated next to you and I'm having trouble hearing you. So,
Okay.
thank you very much.
I said right, so it's gonna go on, and they keep saying let leak rest, but I'm sure the other side be feeling like that, so it's gonna keep repeating, and yeah, they know what come with it, so charge it to the game, go retaliate or something. They sitting up there rapping, but that's y'all homeboy. Just do what y'all have to do. They don't be in Jacksonville, so I doubt they care about anybody here or the upcoming rappers.
So Leaky is another person that has died in this gang war, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're well aware of that, correct?
Yes, ma'am. He went to middle school with me.
So you have somebody who went to middle school that died in this gang war, and you had somebody who went to Rains High School that died in this gang war. Is that correct?
Yeah, I heard of it, but I'm not friends with him.
Well, you're not. You say you're not friends with Spaz, right? Joe Rod Adams, correct?
Yeah, I'm not friends with him.
But he wasn't the only one that got shot in that Rains High School shooting, was he?
I mean, I think so.
Will also got shot in that high school shooting. Will Go Crazy, the person who you communicate with on your phone, right? You know who Will is.
I wouldn't say like that. He texts me and he tries to talk to me like I'm cute. People are going to start talking to me like that.
He's who Jewel Jordan was talking about when she said that you two had a friend that was injured at the shooting at Rains High School, correct?
Yeah, when she says friend, she means associate.
So I didn't ask you that, but what her wording up there was friends, right?
Yes.
And he got shot in the arm. His name is Will Royal. He went to high school with you at Rains High School, right?
I believe so.
You believe so or you know so?
I don't remember his last name being Royal, so that's why I said I believe so.
Okay, let's not call him Will Royal. Let's call him Will, who got shot in the left arm the same day that Spaz, Joe Rod Adams, got killed at Rains High School when you were attending there.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes, Will.
So what are you texting your friend Jewel Jordan on 1/21 of 2021?
You want me to read it?
Yes, ma'am.
I said it was deleted about the time I got up, but Foolio had said Foolio had said it, but everybody kind of knew that. It was just once that time he got shot, and I forgot the boy that died with him at the Rains game, but the boy Robert ain't even do that, even though he on the 6th side. It was Bibby, and Will knew that, but Bibby died like 3 weeks later, so that was crazy.
Okay. And so who we're talking about right now, that you claim not to know his last name, is the very person you are texting Jewel Jordan about, right? Will.
Yes, ma'am.
So you knew him well enough to be texting to your friend, Jewel Jordan, after the high school shooting at Rains, correct?
Yes, he was known.
And the other person that you are mentioning in the same sentence is Robert. You're referring to Robert Howard, the person who actually went to prison for manslaughter for that shooting, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're also mentioning Bibby, is that correct?
Yes.
Bibby is a nickname. It is a gang nickname, isn't it, Miss Andrews?
I didn't know his real name. I'm just referring to him as Bibby.
Okay. Because Bibby is the way that the people who you hang out with refer to him, right?
No, the people on the internet refer to him as Bibby.
That's right. And that's how they know him, by his
Yes.
gang name.
I mean, I wouldn't know if it's his gay name.
Do you think Bibby is his legal name?
I don't know him personally to know. So
And then Jewel Jordan responds, OMG, LMFA, what does that mean?
laughing my fucking ass off.
Everybody kind of knew. They all had comments to calling. You guys are also watching what is going on social media between these warring rival gangs, aren't you?
Yeah, that day we're actually referring to a post, so we're reading the comments, but instead of putting it in the comments, we're texting it to each other.
Now I want you to read to the jury what you texted your friend Jewel Jordan on January 21st of 2021.
I said, girl, I don't like Foolio, laugh my fucking ass off, ugly ass bitch. he need to die. And shit, that was Will friend. Fuck the cold shit. Then I said, bitch, he shot me and my friend died. Yeah, I'm pointing out who did it.
And so you don't like Julio Foolio. That's fair to say. Back in 2021, you didn't like him.
Yeah, that was my opinion when I was 17 years old.
And your exact words were, he need to die, correct?
Yeah, but I didn't mean it literally. I'm 17 just gossiping.
Okay. But you really are talking about your friend Will, and you're saying, fuck that code shit. If he shot me and my friend died, you're referring to Will and his friend Spaz that died.
Yeah, I was saying he knew probably who killed his friend. He should have spoke up. I'm saying if it's my friend, I'm going to tell who did it.
So you were upset that 6 Block, and you believe 6 Block and Julio Foolio's group were responsible for your friend getting shot, correct?
I mean, that was what was on the internet, and I wasn't upset. I mean, I'm just gossiping. I really don't care, honestly.
And then you emphasized it, right?
No, she emphasized
She
it.
emphasized it. Then I want you to go down here and say what you said, 1/22 of 2021.
I said, bitch, hold on, because I think Julio talking about Therese and his friends left my ass up. I do not like him.
Okay. And tell us again who Therese is.
Therese is the person I'm in a picture with.
And then what did you say?
I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together. I was reading the comments.
And then what did you say here?
No, that's her talking.
Oh, I'm
At the
sorry.
top.
What did Jewel Jordan say in response?
She said, that is Julio, though. He recruit a bunch of dumbass niggas who willing to die.
And then what was your response to that?
I said, right, and he started to realize. But first time I saw him, that shit clicked on. When Julio called we all in the garage, he talking about, nigga always want me to ride with him when he down here, so I could be the one that died, not him. I ain't no bodyguard. I said, bitch, I was dying.
And what do you mean when you texted that?
I was in the garage with Therese one day, like just chilling, and one of his, I think that was his cousin or somebody older, and he gets a call from Julio, and he, I think, asked him to ride somewhere, and he tells the friend, like, at the phone, he goes, he said, I'm not riding nowhere with him. I'm not finna die. And I just sent it to my friend. I'm like, well, I'm over here laughing about it.
And you said Isaiah Chance, you did not know he was in a gang. Is that correct?
I mean, I heard people say it, but when I asked him, he says he's not. My codependents were trying to have me jumped, so I just do what I have to do.
You were also safely in jail. Isn't that true, ma'am?
I wouldn't say safely. You can get in a fight at any time.
Okay. There are all kinds of deputies. Is that correct?
Yes, all of them don't do their job also. So.
And we're not talking about your safety from other people. We're specifically talking about your safety from Isaiah Chance, someone you claim to be so afraid of that you will go along and do anything for him, right?
I wouldn't do anything for him, but
You wouldn't go along with a murder plot for him?
no, he never told me anything about a murder plot.
And you wouldn't try to call him multiple times incorrectly from the jail, right?
What do you mean incorrectly?
You're not allowed to phone another inmate, can you?
I don't call him like that, so what do you mean?
You're right, you don't call him like that. You have to break policy of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office and do some kind of three-way call involving Isaiah Chance's mother. Isn't that true?
Yeah, we do that.
You do it all the time, right?
Yes, when he asks for me, I do it.
As for you, you have to initiate your own phone call. He can't call you in the jail either, can he?
I said when he asks for me, I do it. If he tells me to call, I'm going to call.
It's not just that he answers for you. You can't call him directly. Isn't that true, ma'am?
No, I can't.
You have to coordinate and you have to make arrangements with some third party who is not in jail so that you can talk to him. Isn't that true?
Yes, and like I said, it goes back to me keeping him happy. I don't want to cause any issues while I'm sitting here. If he gets mad, if I don't call him, it's no telling what he's going to say. I'm the odd one out of this. They can all turn around and say, oh, it was Alicia, and I'm not getting in the middle of that. So I keep him happy while I'm here. If he wants me to call, if he wants to talk to me, let him know about the baby. He lets me know. I let him know I'm okay. That's what I do.
You call him 5 to 10 times a day in there.
Yes, when he says, call back, I call back.
And you also do messages. There's a kiosk system where you can kiosk with him. Isn't that correct?
Yes, he texts me and I text him.
And you have intimate conversations about your case, don't you?
Yes, when he asks, I let him know.
And he sends you messages which could be called sexting, right?
Yeah, he do. I keep him happy, like I said.
And you're no longer in a relationship with him, correct?
No, he thinks that.
And you call him multiple times a day, every day, for several months. Isn't that true?
Yes, like I said, I'm doing what I have to do. I'm not going to let him know. I'm not going to get on the phone and act like it's a change. I'm acting the same. I'm doing what I have to do.
Ma'am, you understand you're on trial for first-degree murder, right?
Yes, I do.
And it's for hanging out with him.
I do.
And you are still protecting him, right? To this day, you're protecting him.
I'm not protecting him.
You are still calling him and communicating with him, aren't you?
Yes, it's not protecting him, though.
So much so that you call his mother, right?
I do.
And you have been advised, and you report to his mother that you don't care that your attorneys tell you not to talk to him. You're going to do it anyway, right?
Yes, because I feel like that's the best way to do it.
Okay. So you are so desperate to talk to him and have communication with him, you don't even care if it may be hurtful to your case.
I wouldn't say desperate, because when I did disappear and listened, he texted me from another person and said, why are you not listening to me? Why are you not responding? When are you going to get into your big red forehead? And all these other things. So I started back talking to him.
So now again, you're talking to him because you're still afraid of him, right? Even though he is locked up for first-degree murder charges and cannot go near you.
I didn't say physically come to me. I'm talking about other people.
You take advice from him, don't you?
I listen to it.
He discusses the case with you many, many times. Isn't that true?
Yes, because he knows I don't know, so he tries to make sure I know everything.
In fact, he tells you to kind of stay strong because the state thinks you're the weaker link. Has he told you that before?
Yes, he told me that.
Have you responded to him on, let's see. What's the date? Recently is June 27th of 2025. Did you tell them half the witnesses are dead, you're listening to Jacksonville, and they don't solve shit, I'm just lost because this is all pointless?
Said what?
Did you say to him, half of their witnesses are dead, you're listening to Jacksonville, and they don't solve shit, I'm just lost because this is all pointless?
Yes, I told him, and that's my opinion. I don't understand why I'm here. It's really about them.
So you're still talking about what you're charged with him?
Yeah, he's aware, so I can say that.
And he tries to tell you what you should do in your case, right? And he tries to tell you what is the plan about the Airbnb. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yeah, and I don't control him, so he talks about what he wants to talk about.
Don't you say in response to him telling you all that, you don't got to say all that, don't walk me through those stops. You said that, right?
Yeah, I stop him when he talks about the case because I already kind of know that. So he tries to let me know, and I already know.
It's not because you've already discussed what you two are going to say that you're on some kind of vacation to Tampa.
No, we haven't.
That's not what you're referring
talked
to?
about that, no. He's talking about the girl in the Airbnb.
On July 5th, 2025, you didn't tell his mother that you made the defense attorney's investigator so mad because you told him you're not going to leave until you want to, and that they can't tell you who you can talk to, specifically referring to him. Isn't that true?
I was referring to other people too, but him too.
Because you are not going to give him up. Isn't that true?
Like I said, I'm doing what I think I should do to keep him happy.
And that is calling him hundreds of times, multiple times a day.
Yes, you don't see the other messages when he asks us. He says, "Can you call? I need you to call. Are you okay? How are you? How's the baby?"
So at some point, when I say you guys are off and on, there are times where he doesn't want to talk to you. Isn't that true, ma'am?
At times.
And there are times that he blocks you, right?
Yes.
And right before, let's talk about June 17th of 2024, right? This is
Yes.
within a couple of weeks of this happening, right?
I think a couple of days. Yeah.
June 17th, 2024, he blocked you. So you got to resort to a text now chat, right? That's not a normal means of texting on an iPhone, right? This is a special app.
Yeah, that's the app, but pertaining to him, I always text on text now when he blocks me.
So he's blocked you before, right?
Yes, whenever he's mad, he blocks me.
So sometimes he's ended communication and broken up with you, right?
Not broken up, he just goes off for a day or two.
And so can you read to the jury what it is you texted this person that you're afraid of?
Oh, I said, "Bitch, you a sicko. Why you blocking me over a call I didn't even initiate? Trying to act like you mad, and I make people comfortable."
You need to speak, I'm sorry, Miss Andrews, the court reporter's got to take down what you're
My
saying,
bad.
so you got to speak real slow, okay?
I said, "Bitch, you a sicko. Why you blocking me over a call I didn't even initiate? Trying to act like you mad, and I make people comfortable. I didn't do shit to make nobody feel comfortable. It was out the fucking blue. Why the fuck are you acting like it's my problem? You just wanted to have a reason to talk. I messed up when I was typing. To talk to ugly bitches you talk to. Everybody you come across and you touch, you fuck them up. You're not even mentally there and stable in the head for no relationship. Even when I didn't do shit to your ass or start a conversation, you still fucking mad. The fuck." And then I said, "And you acting like I'm not pregnant. You gonna talk to me one day, so I don't give a fuck about your attitude." And I said, "Bye, bitch."
So this reconciliation that you're talking about, this is what he is trying to stop communication with you, right?
This is one of the things he do. So when you say stop communication, he just disappears for a day. He doesn't even really mean it. He's gonna pop up the next day and be like, "What you doing?"
So you weren't trying to make this jury think when you first testified that there was domestic violence in your relationship, and this reconciliation was you trying to get back with him and him trying to reconcile with you because of something he did, right?
Wait, can you repeat it?
Yes, I can. You're not trying to make this jury believe that he was the one trying to reconcile with you after he hit you or something, are you?
I don't know what you mean by that pertaining to the message. I'm just cursing them out.
No, I said when you guys get back together, I thought you told the defense attorney on your direct that this was some kind of reconciliation trip. You
It
guys
was.
trying to get back together, right?
It was after I sent that, he did eventually end up texting me, not on there, but he texted my phone and we're back cool. We always do that.
And why is his little brother coming on this reconciliation trip with you?
I mean, I don't know that. That's something you have to ask him. I didn't know he was even going.
But you know why you were going, right?
Yes, he invited me and I thought it was going to be us two.
And it wasn't, right?
Yeah.
And you get to an Airbnb and you're only there for a day.
Yes.
And you go nowhere except for 3 clubs. Is that correct?
Yeah, in McDonald's.
And again, not with him and Davian Murphy, right?
Yes.
So what exactly was planned for this trip where you two were going to get back together after fighting?
It wasn't necessarily get back together. It was just to spend time. I didn't have a plan. Oh, if we get down here, go here, go here. If we go out, we go out. If we don't, I would be fine with that too.
So now it's not a reconciliation trip.
No, we are getting back cool, but I'm saying it wasn't a big deal to go out nowhere. That was his decision.
You kind of just testified that he didn't spend any alone time with you that entire night, right?
He was up there, but eventually he would go his own way.
Okay. You said that he didn't go with you anywhere, and you did not go with him to when they first checked out teasers around 10. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was still in the bed at that time.
And you lied to law enforcement in that interview when you said it was just the two of you, right?
The two of us went, because I mentioned Sean too.
You did, but that wasn't until later on in the conversation. When they first asked you about the Airbnb and the door, you specifically said, it's just me and him. Do you remember hearing that?
Yes, I did say that, because I meant like when we first came in, it was just me and him.
So again, there was no planned story that if the two of you got caught, that it was just going to be you and him on a romantic getaway.
We never talked about caught. There's nothing to get caught about, because I didn't do anything.
So again, no conversation ahead of time if you were to get caught about what your story would be.
He never told me nothing about getting caught. When he got interrogated, he came back and told me that's what happened. And then he said, you don't have to worry about that because we didn't do anything.
When did you have the conversation with him about his interrogation?
When it was the first time they searched his house.
Okay. Before you were interrogated by law enforcement?
Yes, ma'am.
So there was some discussion about what it is that law enforcement was going to be questioning you about in that interview, right?
He didn't mention the guy. He just said our trip out of town.
Okay. Such a coincidence, right? He mentions the trip out of town. You still aren't suspicious. You have still no idea a murder happened. But after he's arrested for not a homicide, just for what?
It was
resist?
Resisting arrest.
You guys are talking about the trip to Tampa.
I mean, not in detail. He just said the trip.
But he wasn't arrested in Tampa, was he? He was arrested in Jacksonville by Duval County Sheriff's officers. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yes, but I'm saying after they arrested him, he let me know what it was for.
For leaving the scene, right?
No.
So what? Oh, for resisting arrest. Nothing that had to do in the charges of Tampa, right?
No, they left a search warrant and it said the conspiracy thing on there and something else.
Jacksonville, Duval County left the conspiracy and murder charge up there with
I don't
him?
know if it was Jacksonville, but it was on one of the papers.
And so that's what led to a conversation of you all being down in Tampa. Is that correct?
Yeah, he just said it was about the trip to Tampa.
So when you testified to this jury that you had no idea why Tampa officers were pulling you in for that interview, you were lying up there on the stand?
It's not what I said. I mean, he didn't go in full detail about what they were coming to about Tampa. He just said the trip in Tampa.
You said you had no idea why these officers were pulling you into that interview room. Isn't that what you just testified
because when
to?
they came to my house, they were coming for resisting arrest, so I didn't know why Tampa was coming to talk to me.
But that's not what you just said, because you said after the resist charge, before your interview, you and your boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, were talking about what happened in Tampa.
That was way before. I mean, like when he got arrested.
So let's talk about some more lies that you told law enforcement. You said that you could not remember how it was you got through the back door of the Airbnb, right? Do you have any memory issues?
No, I'm not slow.
Overruled, go ahead. I'm sorry, what was the answer?
Any
I said
memory
no.
issues?
I mean, I'm not slow. What do you mean, memory issues?
Well, they're talking to you within a couple of months of you coming to Tampa, right?
Yes.
You don't come to Tampa every day, right?
No.
And you were with your boyfriend at this Airbnb, correct?
Yes.
And you saw those videos of you at this front door. Can you take a look at the photo behind you?
And for
Yes.
the record, what are you showing her?
I'm showing her State's Exhibit 60. You recognize this Airbnb?
Yes.
And you saw the other video, State 61, where you are on the Ring camera, right?
Yes.
You're only on that Ring camera entering this front door 2 times, right?
Yeah, I think it was 2 times.
On June 22nd of 2023.
Yes.
And then you are not on that front door Ring camera at all, correct?
No.
And they don't just ask you about the front door. They ask you, you leave. You leave 2 times and come back, right?
Yes, I did.
You left and you went to the McDonald's with Davy and Murphy and your boyfriend Isaiah Chance, right?
Yes.
And you didn't go out this front door and you didn't come back this front door, right?
Right.
Can you take a look at the video, ma'am? We're going to show you how it is you get to the back door of this Airbnb. This is the back door, right? This is how you would have to get in when you're going to the back door, right? You got to walk through this grass pathway. And then open this door, this gate, right? And then it takes you to the sliding glass doors, right?
Yes, ma'am.
They didn't just ask you about the front door. They asked you what door you got in when you came back from the McDonald's, right?
Yes, they did.
And you didn't tell them, if you have nothing to hide, and we're just talking about an Airbnb, you didn't just say, I went through the back door, right?
Yeah, I didn't say that.
You lied, right?
I don't think I answered it.
You said, I don't remember.
Yeah, and I probably was aggravated at the time, so.
But it's a lie nonetheless, right?
Yeah.
Because certainly you're not going to make the jury believe that you going through some dark pathway in the middle of the night to leave and then get back is something that you're not going to remember, right?
I mean, not necessarily. It wasn't a big thing to remember that day.
Even though you're being questioned on a first-degree murder charge, you can't even tell them that you just left the back door to go to McDonald's?
Yeah, but I'm saying I didn't really remember that, so, and I was aggravated, so.
It's a lie. You lied to law enforcement knowing they're investigating a first-degree homicide.
Yeah, but he was just asking me about a back door, so I didn't see any relevance.
So it's okay to lie to law enforcement if you don't think it's relevant, right?
No.
You have no clue what they're planning, right?
No.
You see the 2 spots here?
Yes.
They're open, right?
Yes, they are.
Where's the Impala?
It's parked on the side.
Where on the side?
In one of the other parking spots they had on the side.
Close to where that back door is, that side parking lot where the back door is?
I don't remember if it was close. I think it was like in the middle.
They had some bags, right? You have a bag right there.
Yeah, my bad.
So when all of those bags and stuff are unloaded, except for yours, they have to go through that back pathway to load all of those heavy guns, right?
I mean, I can't answer that. I didn't see them carried in there.
And you didn't see Davy and Murphy in there either, did you?
Not when I first got there, no.
But eventually you did see him, right?
Yes, later on.
State's Exhibit 38A. So again, you saw him at the Airbnb.
Yes.
He's staying at the Airbnb.
I mean, if you consider that staying.
You lied to law enforcement about there being any other individual at that Airbnb other than you, Isaiah Chance, and his little brother, right?
Yeah, I didn't answer anything about the other people.
So that's a lie, right, ma'am? You lied to them about Davian Murphy, a member of 1200, or an associate of 1200, being at that Airbnb.
Yeah, I didn't want to answer anything about them, so I didn't answer.
Also not relevant, right?
I mean, I wouldn't know, so.
36A. You don't know who this is, right?
At the time I didn't, but I do now.
You rode in a car with him for 3.5 hours, right?
Yes, I also went to sleep. I didn't really look at him like that.
You have been to his house for a barbecue. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yes,
He was introduced to you by your boyfriend of over 3 years of his second family, right?
yeah.
He introduced you to all of his family members, right?
I didn't say all of his family members.
You said he introduced you at that barbecue and said, "This is my second family," right?
Yes, but I don't know if that's his real family members.
So you're suggesting to this jury that when you are being introduced by your boyfriend to his second family, that he posed some fake people next to him?
I'm saying I don't know if he was talking about everybody that was standing there. Could have been talking about particular people.
But certainly Sean Gathright was there, right?
Yes, ma'am, he was there.
And he's one of the people he's saying, "This is my second family," right?
No, he said little brother to him.
Part of his family. And then the rest of the people was his second family, right?
Yeah, he considered them second family.
And you care about Isaiah Chance?
I did.
And you would have us believe that after he introduced you to his little brother, his second family, you went off in some second room and never looked at his face?
I didn't go off to the second room. I just got a plate and went back to the car.
You hid in the car, right?
Yeah, I don't really talk much, so I got back in the car.
Oh, so you never had a conversation with him?
No, I just said hey and bye.
And you can't tell that this person in 36A is the same person in 36B?
I mean, at the time, it didn't really look like him. I just glanced at the picture. I said no.
And in the entire 3.5 car ride, you never looked at his face either?
I'm not staring him down, so I mean, no.
And at the entire time that you're at the Airbnb with him, you never looked at his face or had one conversation with him?
I didn't have a conversation with him, but I maybe glanced.
You were walking next to Isaiah Chance at Teasers. You were walking next to him at that parking lot when he was at Truth 18. I'm not going to play the videos again. You saw that. You guys were walking right next to him.
If you consider that right next to him, yes.
Some points you were a little behind him. Is that correct?
Yes.
And some points you were right next to him. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And there were points when he has that phone, your phone, up to his ear.
Yeah, at certain points.
And at one point, when he has it up to his ear, he has to give it to you so you can do what?
Put the code in. That was at the first club.
And that's right. Put the call in, right? There is a call that is happening. And
I said the code.
the code. But there is a call happening. He's actually on the phone, right?
At the first club, he attempts to make a call, yeah.
Attempts, right? It's literally up to his ear.
Yeah, I don't think he went through.
Oh, because you're right next to him. You would know, right?
No, I mean, he didn't say anything, so that's why I said I don't think he went through.
And at some point, he hands it to you so you can do what?
I mean, I didn't put the code back in after that.
Just the one time?
Yes.
It didn't go off any other time that you were with him from the entire time to Teasers, to Truth 18?
I mean, later on, I think, yeah. At the next club, yeah.
What about in the car?
No, and the car was still unlocked.
And you never heard him utter one word on that phone while you were next to him in the parking lot at Teasers?
Jesus, just the first club, right?
Yes, ma'am.
No, he didn't say anything.
And he never said one thing the entire time when you guys are sitting in that parking lot at Teasers at the same point when Charles Jones is there.
He said something, but he didn't say anything about him.
What did he say?
He just was saying how all the people are just standing there, standing around.
He never had one phone call?
I mean, he tried to call. I don't know. Again, I don't know if he went through.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit number 94C1. You see this when he's on the phone actually sharing a live location with Sean Gathright that's occurring at 2 a.m. You see that?
Yes, ma'am.
He does that multiple times. So he has your phone a lot in that car, right?
Yes.
And so anytime there's inactivity on the phone, you got to do what for him?
Unlock it, but he never locked it back. If he didn't respond, he just went and got on something else.
He doesn't lock the phone, right? That's something that happens automatically based on time, right?
Yes.
When that phone locks up in the parking lot, it's not because he locked it, it's because there's a timing mechanism on your iPhone that makes it go dark, right?
I mean, yeah, but the first time we got the car, it's my phone. He stops me and asks for it, so it's not unlocked when he asks for it.
And then at some point, he starts texting NIGGA, pick up the FNO. He says that. He doesn't text it just once at 2:31. He sends this text again at 2:31 and 24 seconds. So he wants somebody to pick up that effing phone. Are you claiming when he's texting that, he's not saying anything to you?
No, not about that.
Do you see him desperately going like this?
No, not like he rushing. He just regularly typing.
He just casually texts,
Yes.
pick up the effing phone, twice.
Yeah.
And that was something that if he had done it very erratically, you would have noticed, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't.
That might have tipped you off that something pretty important was happening, right?
I mean, if you say so.
So he's just casually typing that in, and then he's sharing the location again later, 2 hours later. But after this exchange, he never gets a phone call. There's no conversation in that car.
I don't remember him having a conversation there.
But he's not sending one other text after he desperately texts that twice, right?
I don't think he did.
You don't think, or you're not willing to tell us?
I don't really know what he texts, so.
And you don't remember hearing him have any conversation?
Not right there, no.
And you remember Detective Ramos? And he was kind of acting out what he thought the video footage and some of the next to you in that car, and he's saying, right? He's in the driver's seat, right?
Yeah.
The passenger seat, right?
Yeah.
Remember that? It's and acts out, hey, get here, get here. You better get here now. That you're claiming.
No, I told you what he said.
Okay.
On the time he was packed and where y'all at.
Do you also remember where you're all at, right?
I'm talking about when he took the picture on.
Okay. Did you know who he was talking to?
Assumed it was his friends.
When law enforcement specifically asked you about Paula,
Yes, ma'am.
that to be at the home to suites, correct?
Know that.
You didn't see the black Chevy friend was circling around the parking lot, not once, but that was a car that you had ridden in Jacksonville with Sean Gathright, right? Recognize that car in the parking lot?
I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
So just a coincidence that you, right?
I mean, I'm not driving, so I can't tell you.
You with Isaiah Chance at both of those,
Yes, ma'am.
and you said on your direct examination to the bouncers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a
To those clubs, I was referring to Players Club.
Never mentioned the Players Club to you in that interview, right?
So I just assumed it was that club.
He showed you walking out of that club, correct?
Video when I said that.
He also showed you
He did.
at the front door. And they specifically asked you at teaser clubs that you went to whether or not you had to, right?
I think he did ask me.
And you said at both and that the price was too.
I was talking about Players Club. I had the clubs mixed up at the time. I didn't know the name. Specifically that I said I talked to the bouncer, the guys that be.
And there's no.
No.
You know that there's no video footage.
If he investigated it, he would have found it probably.
Video footage at teasers and Truth 18.
That's all the detective went and looked for.
And you admit that the bouncers at Truth 18, right?
I was referring to Players Club.
So you and your boy trip just went to walk in the parking lot of teasers, right?
Teachers is the.
You did, right? You just walked in the parking lot. You didn't even come.
I mean, yeah, we were standing there, but it's just to see.
And you have no say in the matter on your reconciliation. Go into the club.
I mean, I didn't have an issue with it. If he didn't.
You're just happy on this trip to get back together.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, then 18, that's the club with the second story. And that same thing happens. You just walk in the parking lot, right? Yeah. You don't even really walk up to the door. And Charles Jones is at that location.
I mean,
But you're okay just walking in the parking lot, right?
I didn't really care to go in that when he chose the last club. After he took me, at that point I am aggravated, so.
Well, you said that. Right?
That's what he said.
Well, there was, at the time, tons of people in that parking lot, right?
It was people.
Even walk up those stairs to see outside, right?
We went by how many cars are outside.
How a car is, or how a club is packed by the cars, right? Okay. You said the next morning that Charles Jones, I'm not Charles Jones, that time he did come in, it was to what? So you could look check.
Yeah, he was showing me various outfits. Put back on what he had on because he didn't take any pictures. And
How he looks like, right?
sometimes.
A war with Julio Foolio online because Foolio was clothes, right?
I didn't know of that.
You had no idea. But he is doing an outfit check with you because he's concerned about it.
Really? He just saying, what do you think I should wear? Like a regular person.
You said you're going clubbing, right?
Supposed to be.
Right. And how do you?
I mean, this will be our second time going club. When I go, I just wear whatever I want to wear.
Controlling about what you wear on your direct exam. And as a young woman, up, right?
Yeah.
In fact, hundreds of photographs on your phone.
Yes, ma'am.
He was wearing, it's June in Tampa. He was wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt up and a COVID mask.
Okay. Yeah, you don't really go out, so I don't know what
Wearing what?
I put on a jean jacket. Put on a jean jacket. I think I had on the blue pants and a regular shirt.
Is that how you normally go when you're going out for a night on the town to go clubbing?
I mean, no. Eventually, when I first arrived, I had a dress on, but once I realized other people were there, I took that off. So what you see me wearing is what I had on to McDonald's, and we stayed in the car, so I didn't go change. So, I mean, I just kept what I had on.
Because when you go clubbing, you normally look like 75 C9, right? You like to get dressed up, wear a nice dress, right?
Correction, I'm not clubbing in that. I'm out of town with my family.
Okay. And where are you going when you go out of town with your family?
Nowhere, I just put that on to take a picture.
Okay. But there are literally photo after photo, Instagram video after Instagram video of you going out with your friends, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're not dressed in a jean jacket and what, were they sweatpants or?
No, they're just regular pants.
And when law enforcement asked you about Gutta, and I think the defense attorney played that for you, again, you specifically asked them, why are they calling him that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said that you are just surprised because they're law enforcement and you feel that they should be talking about his real name or mentioning him by his real name, right?
I mean, I didn't mean it like that. I'm saying I would have thought they would have came in a different way. We're starting the interview and you just say, oh, Gutta, and I'm like, what? Like, I'm just confused.
But you didn't say what. You said, why do you call him that, right?
Yeah, that was my response, but I'm saying in my head, I'm thinking, like, why are two detectives coming to me saying a nickname? Like, what is this about?
And then they laughed, and then they said, do you or you don't call him Gutta? And you shook your head no, right?
No, I don't call him that.
And it wasn't just you shaking your head no. You said, that's not a thing, right?
I mean, it's not a thing for me to call him that. That's what I meant.
But you just said that's not a thing.
I said it's not a thing or something.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit number. And Gutta, that's his rap name. That's the name that he uses for the gang, right? For those drill rap videos he makes. Gutta,
I
Gutta
wouldn't
Man.
necessarily say a drill name. It's just a nickname on Instagram.
But it's something you know, and you do call him that, don't you?
No, I don't call him that.
You just have it tattooed on your body, right? You have it tattooed down the middle of your chest. Gutta, right?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. And that's not the only place. I'm also going to show you State's Exhibit 75G. It's there. It's a long tattoo, and it goes all the way down your chest, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're familiar that he calls himself Gutta.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that you have that tattoo on your body, you have never referred to him as Gutta?
No, I still call him by Zay.
That's not the only place on your body that you have that Gutta tattoo, is it?
No, I have another one behind my ear.
I'm going to show you State 75C11. That's it right there. So
Yes.
not once, twice,
Yes, ma'am.
referencing Isaiah Chance,
Yeah.
someone who you're no longer in a relationship, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it wasn't a lie to law enforcement when you said that you don't call him that.
No, it wasn't a lie.
Let me have one moment.
Yes.
At the time when that photo, you said your Isaiah Chance took that photo in the parking lot of Truth 18?
Yes, ma'am.
That is, at that timing, that is when Charles Jones and his party are still up on that second floor. And you're saying you never saw that?
No, I didn't look up there.
Where are you looking at?
I mean, at him.
And you're looking at him taking the photo?
I don't think I was.
What?
I don't think I was. I seen the picture after because it was in my phone.
Are you looking at him when the photo was taken, or are you not looking at him?
I don't think I was.
So what are you looking at?
I think I was looking at him. Not like physically like what he's doing. I'm just sitting there just staring.
You're not looking at the club that you're supposed to be going to?
I can't remember if I was or not.
Okay. Well, you said that you can tell if a club is packed based on the cars in the parking lot, right?
Yeah, but we were parked on the other side. It was more cars.
Right, because there were parking spots available in Truth 18, right?
I don't remember that.
You could have driven through the parking lot and not even got out of the car if you could tell a club is packed just on the parking spots, right?
I mean, that's not my decision. Again, he's driving, so.
No. You said how young people determine whether or not a car or a club is packed is by the parking lot, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Both at Truth 18 and Teasers, there were cars in that parking lot. You didn't need to get out of the car to go up to the door to know that Teasers was packed, right?
Yeah, it was. But again, it's not my issue with the back places. This is.
Well, what the issue is, you keep on giving us another reason why it is that you're in that parking lot. You understand that, ma'am?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just following him.
No, you said that you believed that you didn't go in because it's packed, right?
Yes, because that's what he said.
And you don't have to go into the club itself to know it's packed because of the parked cars in the parking lot, right, ma'am?
That's what I said. I don't know what he's thinking, though.
When you are at Teasers, you guys have to go around more than once to park because you can't find a parking spot, right?
Yeah, and then we seen somebody coming out, so he just waited.
So it didn't matter that it's so packed, you gotta wait for a parking spot to open up?
Well, we did get out, but, I mean, all the people in the front, that's when he decided he didn't want to go in.
So it's not the parked cars in the parking lot that tells you if the club is packed?
It is, but I'm saying once you seen all the people up there and nobody was going in, he changed his mind.
Judge, I don't have anything further.
Okay, redirect.
Ms. Andrews, do you want to answer any more questions?
I can.
I'll ask you one more question. There's a tattoo that's missing that hasn't been described on your arm here. What does that tattoo say?
Psalms 46, God is within her, she will not fail.
Objection.
I'm going to sustain the objection.
No further
And is there
questions.
another motion?
Judge, we would move to strike that from the record.
Granted, stricken from the record, jury's not to consider it. Okay, very good. Gentlemen, just step out momentarily. Okay, we'll be right with you.